Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome, Daily Theologians. My name's John. I'm so glad you're here. This channel exists to help equip and inspire you to share hope. And today, if you remember back, there was this propaganda post about the cost of having a barbecue. Well, that train has continued with the current shipping container issues and supply chain issues and other inflationary issues based on spending and monetary policy. Policy. So fiscal policy is in view today, and I just wanted to make a couple of comments about this. Hopefully it will be helpful. Stay tuned. I think what we're currently seeing is a desire to spin everything that is untrue and make it appear as though it is true, or kind of include some sort of half-truth or ambiguity in order to further an agenda that is often not based in reality. What? That's kind of how I felt when I saw this. So I just wanted to do a quick video on this little dandy. Jen Psaki defends rising prices as a good thing because it means people are buying goods. Now, her justification for this non sequitur, red herring, purple tuna, whatever you want to call it, is that she said, well, a year ago, people weren't working, people weren't driving, prices were low. Now people are buying things and working, so prices are going up, and that's good. And the world said, what? Inflation is happening because the printing of money is devaluing the current money in your pocket. When there's more supply in the monetary system, in the system, then the value of the dollars you held no longer go as far. And so inflation is a big problem. It has been in the past as well. And it's likely to continue to be an issue in the coming months. So be prepared for that, because when you increase the amount of money in the supply, the value of your current dollar usually goes down, and that is what is happening. So a dollar doesn't go as far. Rising gas prices and defending that because there's more supply now is that's just not even worth commenting on. I think we all know what's going on there. And so as we see these attempts to spin things and concerns about inflation increase, we need to remember that it's important to remain out of debt if you can help it. It's very important to keep your spending lower because times like this are going to come. And when we look at the news, we often see this. We're wondering fake news, and it's all over the place. It seems like it's just a current trend where everything is being printed as truth when it is not. And it can be discouraging and disappointing because it just seems like one big hoax after the next. And so I was going to recommend that you actually stop watching the news. Maybe that includes this channel. There are times when I take breaks from the news because it's often just so untrue. And it's just the same old cycle over and over again of lies being presented as truths. And so I just wanted to show the trend here, this propaganda thing from the barbecue. So you save 16 cents. And it was just a total joke when that came out. And now they're trying to do it again, saying, yeah, rising prices are good. And I think the average person understands the problems with the current way things are being handled. That doesn't mean you have to handle things that way. Save, avoid debt, work hard. And, the things that most people are buying that are going to go up in price, you can't avoid those things. But some of the things measured in the cost of goods index are not things you need to buy, like new cars. And a lot of the things in there won't apply if you're careful and don't just do what everyone else does. So if you're still watching this, this verse was, I think, relevant. It says, when the Spirit of truth comes, he will guide you into all truth, for he will not speak on his own authority. Whatever he hears, he will speak, and he will declare to you the things that are to come. In other words, the issue of the day is one of truth, and truth is always based on a person. And this is how it's connected. If we trust God, and we should, the triune God of the Bible alone, he is trustworthy. He is a standard of truth. Everything he says is true. Every word of God proves true. And Jesus is a person. Truth is always based on a personal standard, even in any field, even in science, because God upholds the universe by the word of his power. So it's always based on a personal work, and that person is Jesus Christ. So when we see an issue of truth, we want to remember that the Bible is true and our source and authority in times like this more than ever. And that's something I always say because it's ultimately going to always be the answer is the Bible is true, and we must rely on the work of Jesus Christ to save us from the coming day of judgment and wrath and hell. Inflation is bad. Monetary policies that are not in favor of common sense or spun as lies are bad, but Satan is the father of lies and a deceiver. And this is not a political thing. It's true on both sides of the aisle that a political party cannot save us. They cannot help us. Ultimately, monetary policy is important. Loving your neighbor is important, but nothing is more important than being reconciled to the holy and just God, the judge of all the earth. And the only way to do that is through the finished work of Jesus Christ, through his perfect life, which we call his active obedience. He fulfilled the law in your place. And then second, his passive obedience. He willingly went to the cross as a substitute for the wrath of God for the sins of the people of God. The hell that we deserve on the cross died and is risen and reigning. And so you must transfer all of your trust from money and the current potential administration to Jesus Christ, because ultimately he will rule and reign and is ruling and reigning, and he is coming back. If you're still watching this, remember to hammer that like button, like the 95 Theses or 95 Reese's, as time would have it. And remember to subscribe to the channel, trying to reach 1 billion people. Thank you so much, and God bless.